right, so we are here with the homie Alex Kato. Kato, my bad. Alex
put
Kato.
that on the internet. Actually, keep the correction.
Just tell us about who you are and what you do, and go with it.
What up? My name is Kato. I'm a self-taught DJ, producer, seamstress, designer, creative. Live in Los Angeles, and I operate my business out the crib. Take care of 2 puppies simultaneously, and I live a creative life.
All right. Do you want to talk a little bit about your music and how you got into that and what you're doing currently with that?
Cool. Yeah. So I started DJing in 2010, June 2010. Steve Aoki, EDM at that time was just big influence. I was just like, damn, I want to do this shit, not just partake in it. So I started DJing, taught myself how to DJ. Got CDJ 400s and a DJM 400 set, and I got it the day of Pop 2010 at the Cow Palace back in the Bay. I threw a fucking after party at my house because I had that shit, and it was we went to the rave, we raved, then afterwards I was like, everyone come back to my house, we're gonna throw a fucking after party, I just got turntables, we're gonna go fucking crazy. And that was low-key just the beginning of everything. Whole lot of that over the next 13 years. Fast forward to present day, I still DJ, just played a party last weekend. Now I DJ on tour with my brother Jordan Ward. This year we've traveled across the nation to Europe, to Canada, everywhere in between, and we've just been playing these shows and just reaching the people, and it's been pretty phenomenal to go from DJing house parties to literally playing 2,000 to 5,000 person venues and shit. It's only really just begun. Even though I just said 13 years later, it's really only just begun. So yeah, that's where music's at right now.
All right, for sure. Next up, do you want to talk a little bit about your clothing, what you do with that, maybe how you got into that, and kind of where you see yourself going with that now?
So clothing is something that as a consumer and just as an interest I've been into for over 20 years at this point. Just styling myself or dressing myself or trying to look like my favorite pro skater, because I felt if I dressed like them I could do the tricks. That was always my mentality with the shoes, with the clothes, everything. I'm if I look like that, if I listen to this song in my iPod earbuds that is playing during this dude's part, I could fucking do these tricks too. Enclosed cognition, that's what that is. But yeah, that's kind of how I got into clothing, which ironically is what style is right now. Just the 90s, 2000s skater, baggy jeans, shoelace belt, everything Balenci's doing, all that shit. But yeah, I feel from that, whenever there was trends or styles and shit, I'm just into it, just getting a Babe hoodie in high school was big, all that shit, just typical teenage shit, hypey shit. And then yeah, all throughout music I've been into styling myself. Hey, settle down, this is the puppies part. All throughout music I've been into styling myself. I designed the merch for the DJ duo that I was a part of, all that shit. So yeah, all throughout this journey, clothing has been sort of present in the background. But then when 2020 hit, I had to pivot careers because obviously I'm not going to DJ anywhere. There's no more music anything. So I was okay, I got to pivot. And I bought a sewing machine off a friend. And honestly, it was just a way to pass time. I just quit my job. 2020 happened. I was okay, I'm just getting high as shit every day. I got to utilize this time way more wise than just getting high as shit all day. So now I get high as shit all day and I make clothes. And it's really just been that. It's really been to just smoke weed and make art every day. And it's turned into a business. And like I said at the beginning of this shit, I run my business out of my house. Self-sustaining, self-taught. yeah, now I make clothes for a living and I DJ. Very full circle. So yeah, I think that answers the question.
Yeah, no, for sure. So next is like, what gives you inspiration, and like, how do you keep on improving at your craft to just make like a reality out of like the vision that you see in your head and whatnot?
I think a big part of being inspired is to just live. Just go do stuff. Go hang out with your friends. Go do something that isn't work related. Go on a trip. Go travel. You know, go see some. Go try some food. Flavor is a big one too. And I feel like just keeping your mind open to everything, and to remember that everything is everything. So the way that you do one thing, or the way that you see one thing, or the way that one thing is to you, is how every other thing in this life is. You just have to see the parallels. And I feel like when you can learn to see those parallels, you can never not be inspired by life. Like, that is one of the biggest keys to my personal creativity, is the ability to see everything as everything. As creatives, when we're able to reproduce the way that we see the world in an efficient way, people connect with that, I think. People vibe with the clothing. It really becomes an extension of their personality. So I feel like, how do I stay inspired? Just literally living life, saying yes to all the opportunities that feel right, and that's tough. Maybe that's not the answer I want to say. How do I stay inspired? How do I stay inspired? I would say I've been blessed this year to get to travel to a lot of new places that I've never been to. So I think that, like I was just saying, flavor, just location, experience, all that shit was really to my advantage. So yeah, get out there. Just go out there and live. And the better experience you have, the more stories you'll have to tell. The more stories you have to tell, the more pieces or the more artwork you'll be able to create, inspired by these experiences, inspired by all this stuff. People are so keen on going to their feed for inspiration, which is not wrong. I also do this sometimes, but like, it's an echo chamber right now. And you know, you see it with all those sponsored brands and all these sponsored ads and shit. It's like everyone's brand looks like the Great Value Sicko, or like, you know, some fucking Arabic font shit that's like, you guys are all not an Arabic group of people making this shit, you know? So it's like one of those things that, don't go outside yourself.
It's time for you to look inward and begin asking yourself the big questions. Who are you? And what do you want?
Let me just summarize it like that. Don't go outside yourself. I feel like seek inspiration inward. And if you're feeling really uninspired, seek to better yourself. Because I feel like if you seek to better yourself, like I said, everything is everything. The rest will come. So better yourself, your situation will improve. And it might not happen overnight, it might not happen instantly, but if you never give up, then this shit will work out and inspiration will come. And sometimes you just gotta, like I said, not work and just go live, go do some shit, smoke weed, hang out with your friends, play with your dogs. As a perfect example of what keeps me inspired, I found these fucking dogs in my backyard, and I literally, by this point, have developed an entire brand plan, a whole story development, a whole rollout, a whole first, second, and third collection, purely inspired by just being around animals. So, you know, see everything as inspiration. Everything is everything. Again, that's, I feel like, one of the big ideas I would love to drive home through all this, is just that everything is everything. You know, how you treat people, like how you walk through this earth, you know, what you think about stuff, that's how you apply that to everything. If you're an angry, stressed out person, you try sewing, you're probably just gonna sew angrily and be frustrated, be impatient and shit. You know, if you're a patient person, you treat everything you do and your experience and how you carry yourself patiently and properly, then, you know, you apply that to your work, and your work is probably going to be exactly like that. So, yeah, be you. Go and don't seek inspo too deep, too far outside yourself, and everything's everything.
for sure. That was great. So now, can you describe what a day in your life looks like? And then after that, maybe you could go into what are some of the easy aspects of what you do, and maybe some of the more difficult aspects of what you do as well.
A day in my life. Should I just like literally walk you through what it is?
Yeah.
All right.
Let the people know.
People know. Shit. I wake up at about 4:30 or 5 daily, so I can let out my boys, which is good because I feel like getting up early, there's a lot of inspiration, a lot of ideas that come that we're often just sleeping through. So it's a brand new portal of ideas that just I didn't even understand was possible until I was awake. So wake up about 4:30 or 5, let the boys out, get ready, do my routine. I play with a kendama every day. I have like an 8-trick routine that I just run through every morning. I feel like it's just like boost your chi or some shit. I don't know. You know, like your internal energy, like your hand-eye coordination, like you're waking your spirit up. I guess I don't know. Really, just I'm playing with a toy every morning. So just keeping some childlike wonder alive. You know, keep your inner child alive.
There's a lot of inspiration from that too, as well, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, no, for sure.
100%. Just because it's like, you know, even though we're adults and shit, doesn't mean we gotta fucking just be adults. We can still play with toys. So I do that, have my coffee, get started working about 8 or 9. Whatever it is, commissions or, you know, working on my collection or writing or graphic design, anything, you know, just getting to work. And run that shit until about like 3, very modest, and then kind of just smoke weed and hang out, chill. If there's more work to be done, obviously I'm not just gonna smoke weed through it, but I'll smoke weed through the process of doing it. And then, you know, feeding the boys twice in between all that action. I sleep every day by like 9 or 10. Very, very G-chan style lifestyle. Just grandpa's shit. But the work gets fucking done. And it gets done fast, efficiently, not sloppily. Yeah, all that shit.
Fire.
Okay, so my shit, repeat that.
Okay.
That's how it should start.
For sure. No, so just where do you see yourself in the future with both music and your clothing career? And then kind of like if you have any final thoughts, like anything you want to like leave the people off with.
Yeah. All right, let's break this into 2 questions.
All right, for sure.
These are 2 important things. Okay, so the future of music for me. I see more touring for sure, more shows, bigger audiences, more DJing perhaps because of it. Just honestly everything that I've been up to, but getting the opportunity to finally do it professionally and continuing that. And, you know, this thing, like I said, has only just begun. This year is the first year, not my first year touring, but the first year that touring really happened, where it's like, undeniably so, no, we fucking toured this year. So, yeah, I would say more shows, more touring, more DJ gigs, playing bigger parties. And then, clothing-wise, I mean, shit. Taking this shit to a factory that I own, that we own perhaps, you know. Everything that you see here before you, but to a higher scale, able to provide to more people without compromising quality or integrity, continuing to put as much thought, effort, and dedication into storytelling by way of clothing and accessories as we have been, and go harder with it, to hopefully create to inspire, because that's always been a core goal of mine as well. Just simply that, to create to inspire. So hopefully continue to do that, inspire more people, reach more people. With my work, hopefully be able to have people see a bit of themselves through it and provide more extensions of personality for more people. It's really just about more people. Community is like one of the biggest things for me. So really just to expand this community, And on a numbers tip, just touch 10K with the followers. Fucking help me out. If you are watching this, follow my page. Please. It's fire, I promise. Final closing thoughts. If you have an idea, if you are a big dreamer, if life feels like bullshit and it's unfair because you have to do a bunch of shit you don't want to do, don't do that. And do what you want to do. Follow your heart. Stop letting outside factors, including people that aren't you, tell you how to live your life and what to do with it, what you're supposed to be, what you're meant to do. Nobody can tell you that. That's your decision, up to you entirely. No matter what outside fact, no matter who's telling you what, it's up to you. Hey, this guy chews on the vape rub. Yeah, just follow your heart and never give up, because I'm really, really, really a firm believer that the only reason something won't work out is because you quit. And as long as you keep at it, you're gonna figure out either A, how to do it, B, how to get really fucking good at something because you had to do it for so long that you are actually the fucking GOAT at what you do because of it, or you're gonna find the career path that you were meant for on the way, or like learn some shit that you're just like, oh, sewing. I mean, I've been into clothing for 20 years, but I've never thought about sewing. I taught myself how to sew. So, you know, if you want to try something, if you want to do something, if you want to see something in the world different, then make it that way. Make your world. Choose your life. Destiny is really up to you. It's up to us. So don't let anybody tell you different. Unless you're like a serial killer and you want to like go like kill some shit or bomb some shit, don't follow your heart. You should listen to people outside yourself telling you don't do that.
Listen to your therapist.
Listen to your therapist instead. But for all others, all creatives with a good innocent intent, just do that shit. What's stopping you? Think about that. What's stopping you? Nothing. Get out of your own way. Ooh, I wanted to say that. Get out of your own way. That is I feel like just as important as everything is everything. Get out of your own way. And everything's gonna be good. So, yeah.
Lockheed Martin hats that we need like, to rework or some shit. That would be great.
Yeah. Lockheed Martin. There's a word in there.
It's like a weapons, like a American weapons company, like aeronautics.
Lockmart. My uncle worked there.
Oh, Lockmark or Lockheed Martin?
Oh, your uncle worked at Glockmart? That sounds like a different place, dude. He owned a gun shop. Damn, Glockheed Martin, just different enough to be a gun shop's name.
Yeah,